Welcome back to Simon the Sorcerer 2 with Retro Kaiser and me. Yep, that was your introduction to start talking.
I just said, yep. Nice to see we're done with King Richard for now.
Well, we're not quite done. He's gonna still like talk to us.
It's supposed to be a witty
I like those statues there.
Yeah, he said, I think it's supposed to be some kind of witty pun.
Come on, Seal.
Yeah, I love the royal seal.
It's so adorable.
Yeah. Okay, I said there's yeah, we're gonna meet the rest of the royal family. So we've met the baby and we've met the son, the prince, and here's the princess. So there is no queen. And
Princess and the Pea. Is that why we need the pea shooter?
Yeah, that's why we need the pea shooter. Yeah, good. You know your children's fantasy fairy tales.
Hello up there.
We're trying to wake her up.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Looks like another wake-up puzzle is in evidence. Where did I leave that sousaphone?
Yeah, I guess there was a wake-up puzzle in the first game as well. So we used the football rattle. Doesn't work.
She must be deaf or something.
Alright, and then the klaxon. That was not as loud as I expected it to be. I expected it to actually be a lot louder than that. And then the cymbals.
I was expecting a aruga and not a honk.
She must be deaf or something.
The cymbals are my favorite, yeah. So none of that inventory is at all useful. We just did it for funsies. Okay. Okay, but then I remembered, finally, that I have this wedge in my inventory, and I can use that to stop this cradle, and then we get the cog, because we need that cog for another puzzle. This is also a bit... This does feel a little convoluted. But, okay, well, now we're trying to make the baby sleep. Try to comfort the baby, but... Ferocious little baby.
Vicious baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give the baby some of that swamp stew. That will shut it up.
Well, funny enough, we do have to go back to Mech Swamplings, but no. We have to actually get something else. All right. Yeah, because I guess I could have. No, I think you have to go back here multiple times. Now that I think about it. But we got that cog from the that was part of the mechanism that was rocking the cradle.
Once again, duty calls for...
Rock the cradle.
Rock the cradle of love. Rock the cradle of love.
Okay, there's the but remember that that bald guy was a tattooist, and he said that he was only gonna leave when his lunchtime is over. But the clock wasn't working, so that's why we needed the cog. So now we put it in, the clock in the restaurant starts working, and when we go out, the tattooist is gone. I love the knight who keeps like pouring his like swamp shake into his helmet. A lot of great details here. Okay. Alright, so the tattooist, this is where the Insane Society was, but now we actually get into the shop. The tattoo parlor. And now, this is a weird location. There, I was trying to look at that poster, but I guess I took too long.
Can I help you?
And when you wait too long, like, the tattooist starts talking to you.
I want a tattoo done. In that case, you come to the right
But you see, can you make out what it says actually in the poster back there?
Free tattoo for $1,000.
No, 1,000th customer.
What would you like a tattoo of?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the choice?
Every time I see tattoo puzzles, I always think of Grim Fandango.
Oh yeah. You see the picture of a butt on the left. Okay, but he gave us a choice, and we want the really ornate, tattoo, because there was also that coat of arms in the King's Hall. It's the same design, and we need that in order to get the sword out of the stone, because only someone of royal blood is allowed to take it.
I'll be back when I've remortgaged the house.
Yeah, and the tattoo was way too expensive for us.
Go ahead.
But we get this flyer at least, and now we have to go back to Max Swampling's. We don't go into the back this time. But hey,
It's a flyer advertising the tattooists. It says, "Improve your sad image today. Don't be a downtrodden lowlife for the rest of your puny existence. Get some tattoos. They'll make a man out of you."
yeah, there was that nerd in the Max Swamplings who was really who was really miserable. So we're gonna give that to him. And I don't know if anything in the dialogue indicates that he's like the 999th customer. But of course, we need to do that so that we get the tattoo for free.
Do yourself a favor, Mr. Geek, and have a look at this.
Well, I guess if you're depressed, if you want a tattoo to make you happy, I guess you can get a big giant clown smiley face tattooed on your face.
We'll see what his tattoo is, but he won't leave the restaurant instantly. Like, that's another dialogue. They didn't want to bother animating him walking out of the restaurant.
Remember, everyone.
There was a pause there because it was loading that guy's dialogue. Like, time froze in place for a second there. There he is.
Of course.
Yeah. Alright, now we...
Hey, kid.
Yeah?
It's your lucky day. You just became our 1000th customer.
What a surprise!
That means that you're entitled to a free tattoo from our budget range. Have a seat.
Yeah, the budget range were the 3 tattoos
Budget
that he was
range.
offering. But it was like like $4,000 or something was the price. We talked over it.
Crown and pair of crossed enchanted swords.
No problem. Just roll up your sleeve.
I already have done. Oh!
Ow!
I do not want to get a tattoo. That just sounds real painful. But if you were to get a tattoo, what kind of tattoo would you get?
Before our return policy. If you don't like
I mean, number one, like, I would get, like, if you get a tattoo, like, in the upper arm, I think is, like, the best place. Like, somewhere you can hide it if you don't want to show it off. I do not get people who understand people who get tattoos, like, on their ankles.
Ugh.
Because it's sore for a while, isn't it? So, you know, that's like very impractical just from the point of view that you need your feet to walk around. Okay.
For me, I would have right above the belly button, I would have like a Thug Life parody, but it says like it says Otaku Life.
Yeah, no, names are really bad. Really bad idea. Yeah, I would, you know, not that I would, but I would probably want something really simple. Okay, this is a really funny gag now. We take over the shift. And look at this.
I wonder how she managed to stuff herself in like that.
That cracks me up. Okay. This is kind of funny. I didn't remember that we needed the oxygen tank, but Simon just automatically picked it all of it up and then uses the oxygen tank on the dinghy. And I don't remember where we got that dinghy either. Probably from it was probably in the goodie bag from the Insane Society.
Either that or from that pirate lady.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, not pirate lady, Goldilocks. Yeah, she wasn't a pirate. She was just at the docks or the wharf. That's a funny word. That's a word I did not know until I played Monkey Island 2. A wharf. I wouldn't have even thought that it had anything to do with sea.
It says that only one of royal birth may pull the sword from the rock.
So yeah, if we hadn't gotten that tattoo and come here earlier, we wouldn't get the sword out. And we still have some difficulty with it, but...
Is this where... Oh, we got it.
Yeah. I just didn't want us to keep going back and forth a lot, because one really annoying thing is, like, it's not possible to get to the map from the swamp. We actually have to go through the sewer again. and through the loan office. So it actually takes when you go to the swamp, it takes a long while before you can go anywhere else. So just because I wanted to spare us the going back and forth, and this is going to be a slightly longer episode anyway, that's why I decided.
What did we need the seal for?
We needed the seal. We needed the seal to become the Lady of the Lake. We took over the ship for the Lady of the Lake. That's what we needed it for. Yeah.
Poor spider.
Yeah, he's just gonna be permanently stuck. And now we never ever have to go back to the swamp again. So I wanted to just spare us the going of back and forth because, yeah, you can't get to the map from here. This is not a Telltale game. You can't just pull up a map when you want to. By the way, have you watched the first couple of episodes of my Strong Bad Let's Play?
Oh, I thought he was going to say the Wallace and Gromit Let's Play you did with Sendu.
We did that. We did do that with Sendu, but yeah, I've started a solo one on the Strong Bad as well.
Oh, I wish you should have told me. I would have liked to do that one with you.
How about I swap you my sword for your pea shooter?
Wow! Here, take my pea shooter.
Alright. Exchanging weapons.
That should be illegal.
Just wait until my big sister shows her face around here.
I hope I'm not.
Oh, so that's why we need to wake her up.
Now, he just goes well on that dummy over there. But now we have to pee. We can wake the princess up.
We have to pee now, do we? Oh no.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, well, look at this.
What year is it?
Whoa, fan service.
It's the year of the astounding.
Look at those two peas up
I
there.
reckon I could do with another decade or so.
Yeah.
Take that pea out, will you?
We do need to wake her up a couple of more times, but
Any ideas about how to keep the
I did
baby
it
quiet?
also one extra time just for giggles.
Now, will you take that ruddy pea out?
Sure.
Yeah. We have to take the pee out so she can go back to sleep, but she gave us that lollipop to give to the baby. But, as it turns out, of course, in this game, nothing is that easy. Just because you get the item you think you need, it's not... Or the item that you think you need, there's usually something else you have to do first. And...
Oh dear.
But in this case, we give it to the baby and the...
Oi, I wanted that.
Baby just chucks it out. Okay, but we do get to use that lollipop. It's just in the courtyard now. It's on the ground. Which is, this game does do that a lot. There are a lot of like tiny inventory items that you have to keep your eye out for. Weirdly, not in here. There's absolutely nothing important here except the princess.
What is it now?
Can I be frank? How about a date?
Oh, I'd really love to. But I'm having root canal surgery done. So why don't you just get lost and let me sleep, eh?
Fine.
Yeah. I just wanted to...
My
just for
flagging
shits and
ego
giggles to do
takes
that.
another brutal kicking.
Yeah. Alright, but now, for realsies, we ask the baby... We tell her that the baby didn't want the lollipop.
Hey!
What?
The baby doesn't want the lolly.
We'll find it some milk then. Now get lost and let me sleep.
Yeah, do you remember where there was some milk?
What? That was milk? Huh. Milk.
Do you
Oh, it was the milk in the bar, wasn't it? The place where you start off.
Hiya!
What bar? I don't remember us ever being in a bar in this game. Do you mean the McSwamplings?
No, it was the place where you found that item that was incredibly well hidden.
No, that's not. That was Calypso shop. No, not
okay.
there. But you remember the little baby swamplings?
Once again, duty calls for...
Oh!
Yeah, one of them had a milk bottle, so we're just gonna exchange the lollipop for the milk bottle.
Oof. I'm glad you told me that. If I was playing this game, I probably would have been searching for hours and completely ignored that.
Yeah, this is weird. Like, you do have to come here a lot. Yeah. They were away when we were cooking the stew, though. They weren't in their little pen.
Hello, friend.
Hi. Who are those two little critters in the corner?
Go and play with the children if you like. I is so proud of them.
Sure.
Love the reaction there.
Here you
Sure.
are.
Just like taking candy from a baby, except we're giving it to one.
Yeah, except in reverse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now we have the milk. Now we get the baby to be quiet so we can finally go to the Royal Treasury and get the mucusade, which is what we've been trying to do this whole time. But, of course, we're going to run into another obstacle.
Quest, isn't it?
Yeah, what?
Really convoluted quest, isn't it?
Yeah, but like I said, it all starts to make a little bit more sense if you were playing the game gradually. The way I've kind of been going on, just solving puzzles randomly, it makes it seem even more convoluted, but...
Oh, it's you. Go on then.
What I really would want to know is how does that guard who's behind the door always manage to just disappear when the when the gate opens up?
I've got a good answer for that. You see the sliding door thing? I think he just hangs on to it.
Yeah, I was
And it
thinking.
goes up.
Yeah, I was starting to think that myself as well. Like, yeah, that's the only explanation that makes any sense, unless he's magic too.
Unless the guard is quite literally eyes in the eye hole.
Oh boy, no. Yep. And also, it's not just that these puzzles are very, like, tightly interwoven to each other. It's also that some of this, like, some of it has been, like, clearly just designed to force you to go through, like, the most convoluted route to get to what you want to get to. Okay. So now we've gotten the baby to go quiet. Now we're allowed to go up to the Royal Treasury. He doesn't try to stop us this time.
Whoa. Now this definitely looks like a place that would try to kill you if it was an older point-and-click
Well,
adventure game.
it was a Sierra game, basically, but AdventureSoft didn't do the deaths in games.
This is a restricted, hang on a minute. It's you!
Am I supposed to know you from...
Wait a minute, those two devils are red, not white.
Me, kid. You totally ruined the last 3 years of our lives.
Hang on a moment. Not everybody bought the last game, you know. In case you didn't know, these are the two demons I met in the last game. I also did them a huge favour by casting a spell to send them back to hell. However, taking into account their less than friendly reaction to my presence, I conclude that all did not go quite as planned. You can carry on now.
I tried to get some of the dialogue out of them, but I don't actually know what went wrong with these demons. And again, this is another reason why I probably should try to power my way through the first time and just to find out exactly what happened. I mean, hey, if you want to do that for the next as our next Let's Play series, that would be...
No, I'm right.
True. We demons are like great believers in revenge. Revenge? Yeah!
Looking at the scene, those stairs are much scarier looking than the demons.
I think the demons are pretty scary looking too. They're basically naked.
They look sort of like strippers with those bow ties around their necks.
Just spare me the boring details, will you?
Sure.
And this is what they do to us every time we try to go up here.
Works.
That wasn't too bad.
I think we talked over it, but remember we poured the swamp shake into that one wizard's like ear horn when we at the tent. But Simon actually said I spared half, and I actually didn't remember at first why did we need half of the swamp shake, and it was because of this puzzle. Then I came here and like, oh, that's right, because they come up on that. That's not a hexagram. What is that? That's an octagram, actually. There's
Yeah.
eight points to it, yeah. 8-pointed star.
Are you some sort of like masochist, kid?
Yeah. So one thing I need to point out that I'm kind of, because the way we are recording this, we're kind of playing this game through the most direct route. So there is a lot of content that you're missing out on if you're just watching us play this. So this is a game I highly recommend people just get them for themselves and play as well. And if possible, try to get the original. There is a quote-unquote HD remake, but apparently it was a bit of a not very well made.
Oh, now I feel bad for the guys.
Still can't get past them though. Nevertheless, it was extremely satisfying.
Yes, we got rid of the demons, but now we can't get past. Okay, so we still need to get to the royal treasury, and it's high up, in the tower there. So now we actually have to go and find a way to get into the tower through another way. And you remember those balloons that I was tying to the railings?
No.
Yeah, they're gonna come into play now.
I was hoping we'd get some Rapunzel pun.
Yeah, no, sorry, no Rapunzel. But it's funny enough, we only need 3 balloons, and they are somehow they're powerful enough to actually pull Simon up into the air. But if we didn't make those demons get stuck the first time, they'll still stop us from getting into the tower.
For a limited period only at McSwampling's, you can get a swamp burger.
Excuse me?
Yeah?
That reminds me of why in the Telltale games they
Can I have
programmed
another
it so the characters
Another
were like,
one?
Go on. Be a pal.
stop
Okay,
talking
then.
or
Let
something
me
like
know
that when
when
you
you
interrupt
start.
dialogue. Especially in the Strong Bad game when he goes like, quiet you! Yeah.
At McSwampling's,
I've
you
been,
can also organise
I've been
children's
meaning to
parties.
buy that game on PlayStation 3. Found out it was on PS3. Squiggly, squiggly, ooh.
So yeah, so if you didn't get the demon stuck the first time, they actually come out of that window and cut the strings attached to the balloons and make you fall. All right, so here we are in the treasury. We don't see the mucusade yet, but there's a reason for that.
That's one well-built sarcophagus.
This is one serious amount of cash.
And the mucusade was needed for the 1.21 gigawatts of power we needed for the
This
magic
must be
wardrobe.
good stuff.
And there it is, that's like a radioactivity symbol on it. Alright.
Look at the detail of this room.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail in this game.
Just wait until the next game, kid. We'll be back. Back.
Were they back in the third game?
I don't know, I didn't get far enough in the third game to find out if they did come back. Yeah, I got kind of stuck into one of those less... There was literally a part where I was going around capturing butterflies. And I was like, really? Did this really need to be a thing in an adventure game? They added a lot of shit that's not very adventure gamey into it. I think they were forced to do it by the publisher. Okay.
It's loading, I see.
Whoa. What the hell? Okay, the video's stuck. Oh no, we missed that. No. Okay, that was a fuck up in the original recording. I wasn't aware of it. Oh man, that's disappointing.
Still got the mucusade.
Wow, that's disappointing. Well, the bird would have popped like all of the balloons one by one. Well, okay. Never
I just
mind.
thought it was the disc loading.
No, it wasn't the disc loading. That was a recording fuck up. I'm sorry for that.
I guess I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque.
Okay, I collect Calypsos, but we end up on this mysterious street.
I suppose I'd better ask directions. Excuse me, do you know where Calypso's Magic Emporium is?
You didn't think the game was over yet, did you?
No, that seemed too easy.
But we are pretty much like 1/3 of the way through. There are like 2 smaller kind of chapters in this game that we now have to complete. And unfortunately, we end up in a bit of a side tangent. Just as we get the mucusade, something happens that prevents us from going back to Calypso's shop, and we get captured by these guys. Want to take a wild guess what they are?
Well, one looks like a shaved Donkey Kong. I guess they're I don't know. Oh, pirates.
Did you tie him up good and tight?
I used an iron chain, Captain.
Good, good. Better go and hoist the mainsail then.
It's already hoisted, Captain. Otherwise, we wouldn't be moving, Captain.
And do you notice that other guy who was also chained up?
Already hoisted, you say?
Yes, Captain.
Sure?
Yes, Captain.
What about the timber?
No, I can't say I remember him.
Captain?
Have they been
Well, he's
shivered?
turned around now, but once he turns back around, you'll probably notice what it
Well,
is.
I suppose you'd better go off and do some mating then.
Thank you, Captain.
Righty, landlubbers. I want you all to know who's in charge around here. It's me, see? Captain Long John's Silver. And you can probably tell that I'm not a guy to be mucked around. So if there's any funny business, you know, escaping and all that, you'd answer to me. I would also like you to know that you're going to be sold as slaves when we arrive at Calamari.
Calamari was, by the way,
That's not very nice.
Yeah, Calamari was the place Umbongo was from.
Yes?
Do you notice now? Look at the guy sitting
I
next
bet
to
you
us.
can't say imp, I'm ag 10 times fast.
Really, dude? It's Mr. T.
Huh. I was about to say it looked like Mr. T. I thought,
Yeah.
I guess you're pitying the fool.
Yes,
That
we'll
pity's
pity
all on
the
me.
fool in the next episode because this is where we're gonna end it. So see you on the next one. Bye.